birds in the chimney, man.
You have birds in the chimney?
Oh my God. Did you
No, it's like
know?
that. It's like that commercial, the insurance commercial, where he's like the bird in the attic with Larry Bird. It's
Yes, I've seen that commercial. I am not. My son was playing some game, or was listening, watching some video on YouTube, and all I could hear was birds chirping. And I'm like, son, I'm triggered. I got PTSD. Um, man, like, so our the cat flew off on our chimney, and so
Ain't
a
no
couple
capping
nights
at
ago,
your house. No capping at your house.
my wife was like, I can hear a bird. And I'm like, oh my God. So, just in case for those who are joining us, if you own a home, just so you know, and the hood cap, the cap that keeps the animals and stuff out of your chimney, if it ever blows off, get it replaced quickly because there's a bird called a chimney swift. And if a chimney swift gets in your chimney and they lay eggs, you cannot remove them from your chimney until the fall because they are federally protected birds.
Yo, that is a wild fact. I would have never known that or thought that.
Bro,
I do know that there are birds that are federally protected, but like a chimney swift. Okay, that's interesting.
if they lay eggs, you got to deal with them until the fall. All summer long, you're going to hear that noise in your chimney.
Now, did you have a chimney swift or did you get the
It
cap?
was, but thankfully they had not made a nest yet, so he was able to get them out. We got a new cap on the chimney, so they cannot get in. But yes, so America, you listen to me. You don't want to hear that noise all
Things
summer
you
long.
don't know, but when you become a homeowner, it's like,
Oh, and like not on, I mean, then you like leave yourself open to bats, you leave
yeah,
yourself open to squirrels, raccoon, like, oh God.
Santa Claus. We don't want any of that. We don't want any of that.
But anyway, enough of the Bob Vila this old house talk. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you may find yourself as you listen to this and you tuned in to the only sports podcast with brains, bars, and birds and chimneys. It's another episode of It's a Black and White Thing featuring A1 and A Ward. Please remember you can check out every episode of It's a Black and White Thing by going to the podcast app of your choice, searching for It's a Black and White Thing, wherever you find a good podcast. Give us 5 stars, leave a good review, leave a negative one. Whatever gets us in the algorithm, we're not going to be mad at you. All right.
Yeah.
Also, you can check us out on YouTube at Brains and Bars. Search there, hit the like button, share, tell a friend, and tell a friend. It's those boys again. We appreciate each and every one of you. Also, we're on social media, so check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Brains and Bars, TikTok as well. And as you can see, I got my homie in the building. Hey, Ward, what's going on with you, sir?
Yo, we here. Just enjoying the last day and a half of May. June starts the summer. I believe June 21st is the first day of summer. Is that correct? So spring has came and went pretty quickly. And yeah, enjoying it. So a lot of good sports on right now. NBA playoffs, College World Series, Women's Softball World Series, WNBA season just started. NHL playoffs is on. Scotty Scheffler is not in jail anymore.
Free the real.
Free the real, and lock up the. So yeah, a lot of good, and then obviously. I think camps are getting ready to start for NFL. So, that's exciting. I know rookie camps have already taken place. So there's a lot going on, man. It's a good time, especially when I'm anticipating, that last week of August. So I need June and July to go by quickly. So I'm glad that, I'm still invested, heavily in it sports wise. But yeah, we're doing well, man. You guys will get to meet my nephew here in a few minutes. He's in town from Tennessee, staying with us for a couple weeks. So we've been hanging out. He's had me out here shooting basketball and going to gyms and running up and down the court and pretending like I'm actually in shape. And my back hurts, my leg hurts, my arms hurt, all of that good stuff. But we're having a good time. So
that's what's up. Yes, sir. So we're going to talk a little bit of battle rap here. Then we're going to jump into the NBA. We're going to have a discussion when we have time for a little bit of a more lengthier show.
Yeah.
To talk about the NFL because I got some takes about the NFL. And how much football is too much football is the question that we're going to ponder next week. How much football is too much football? But anyway, Before we get into sports, we're going to talk a little bit of battle rap. This weekend, Gnome 14, we're at number 14 from URL that's going down this weekend. I think
I feel like you
Orlando.
started watching about like Gnome 8, right? Probably about Gnome 7 or 8.
It's either 7 or 8. For sure, I watched 8 because 8 was that was the one that was the debacle in Vegas, right? Or was that
Yeah.
Summer Madness?
Oh,
That was Summer Madness. Summer Madness was
the one where Floyd Mayweather popped in.
yeah, that was Summer Madness. So yes, so Gnome 8, Gnome 7, I'm somewhere in there.
Okay.
So I've been watching for about 7 years, 6, 7 years now, maybe 8 years. And it's a good card, right? I mean, URL has been they haven't been too busy this year, right? They've only had the app, the John where they had the app event, which was streamed live on the app. And now this one, which is also going to be streamed live on the app. I don't think they've had any other cards this year. And so I would say, well, I won't go too deep into that, but to me, that's been a good and a bad thing because it's allowed a bunch of other leagues to be able to put on events. I feel like OSBL had their event this past weekend versus Gates of the Garden. You got the Riot. You have Bullpen. I think Queen of the Ring has had a Joan Chrome 23 Trenches. So you've had all these other places that have been able to put on events and get a little bit of shine. And so that is a good thing. But again, URL is seen as the industry leader. And so it's good to see them back, even though it's not in a consistent manner that we've been used to since the pandemic kicked off. So, with that being said, man, let's jump into this card real quick.
Yeah.
Let's start off with let's go Miss Hustle versus Swamp. Who you got in that one, man?
Miss Hustle and Swamp. Swamp's been the most recently active, correct? With his big win over Easy to Block Captain. Excuse me, not Easy to Block Captain. Averb. Sorry, I get the V's and the Easies mixed up. It's been a long week. No, but yeah, great win over of Averb. Maybe like God just auto corrects my mind and says, "Are you sure you want to say Averb's name?" And it just automatically, But no, Swamp with the big win over Averb. I was very impressed with his performance there. Swamp's not normally like a heavy, quantity type of battler. It seems like, you know what I mean. So I don't. He's probably 2 months maybe removed from the Averb battle, if that, maybe 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's more like 4 or 5 weeks for sure because that was the
Yeah.
end of April.
Yeah. So then you had May and June. Oh, May. Yeah. Okay. Into June. Okay. Yeah.
So
So
about
yeah,
6
about
weeks.
6 weeks. Yeah. Miss Hustle is Wody, right? She's the reigning.
Actually, let me clean up something here. Me, not this week, next week, because we're going in the 1st of June this weekend. My apologies. So
Oh yeah,
not this weekend, next weekend, June 8th. Continue.
yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Miss Hustle's a reigning Wody. I think this is her first big matchup. Probably. Well, she did battle Chess
earlier this year.
Okay.
That was the first app event from
Yeah.
Euro.
Anyways, we'll get past all of the rehashing that. I'm taking Swamp. I'm taking Swamp 2-1 in an edge battle over Miss Hustle. I think it's gonna be a really good battle, potential battle of the night. And I think if Swamp gets what people consider him a win, it also catapults him up into that Cody conversation as well. With two big wins this year so far.
For sure, for sure. I am going to take Hustle. I mean, I haven't followed the back and forth between Averb and Swamp. I'm assuming that it has slowed down. You know, I think that there was a lot of motivation for him in that battle. There was a 2-year build-up, 2-year run-up to that. I know Swamp is going to want to redeem himself after the battle that happened against KCJ, where he gets smoked against KCJ. I just think that Hustle, I mean, was really good versus Chess.
Yeah.
And I expect that she's going to continue that run. And I think she's going to show up clipped up, ready to rock, ready for war. And I want to say 2-1. I think this has the potential to be battle of the night. But I just think that the back-to-back punching from Miss Hustle, she's going to be more direct. She's going to be in his space. She's going to be in his face. She's going to have that aggression. And I just think that is going to win the day, especially if I assume it's going to be it's not going to
small room, 50 to 100 people tops,
Yeah. And to me, I think that is going to I know Swamp talked about when he saw the venue for the Verb battle, he felt it was perfect. This one's going to be a little bit more battle rap centric. that space in Miami was not necessarily battle rap centric. It was more a mixture of both.
Yeah.
I think all of this plays into Hustle's advantage. I think she's going to use that room. She's going to perform even in that small space, and she's going to engage the crowd, back to back punching, angles, all that. I think that's what's going to separate from those two. And I got Hustle getting that W.
No, no, no.
All right, let's jump into Tay Rock versus Jerry West. It's no particular order, by the way. Tay Rock versus Jerry West.
Man, Jerry West has been sitting for a while. And I think this is a battle that he's wanted for a while. Every battle rapper is different. Like I promise you, like I don't have, more than 2 bars in my phone for anybody that I've not been booked for. Like I can say that, like I don't have any clips for no. If I get booked for Daylight, I got all these Daylight bars. Or if I get booked for Twerk, I got all these Twerk bars. You know what I mean? If I have any bars for you, it's probably because we were booked in the past and it fell through, and I can't use them on anybody else. But with that being said, Jerry West been sitting for a long time, and I don't know what type of battler he is. If he's the kind of battler that's just clipping up, you know what I mean, and has wanted this battle and knew he was going to get it. And on the contrary, Tay Rock has literally still been battling every week. You know what I mean? Just battled the God Yogi. He did, find a replacement for his battle this weekend, so that he's not having to battle J2 this Saturday. I'm taking Jerry West. I just feel like Tay Rock has been consistent at times during this run of what he's doing. But if the same Tay Rock that shows up, for me or for Yogi or some of these other battles, if there's those rounds where there's those dry spots that I felt like that he's had, you know what I mean? I don't think he can afford that with Jerry West. I just think Jerry West is headhunting. What I will say is I just hope Jerry West doesn't overthink the big battle. Sometimes with his sound effects and different things that he tries to do a lot, you know what I mean? He kind of overthinks it. I hope we get the Jerry West that battle DNA, the Jerry West that, they can get really busy. And I'm taking Jerry West 2-1 in this battle.
Interesting. So, man, I'm trying to think, when is the last time Rock battled on URL? Like, who was his last opponent?
Serious Jones.
So that was this year. So that was an app event. Yep. So he's okay.
And which I thought was not the greatest Rock. You know what I mean? I thought Loso, the first round versus Loso, there was a third round versus me. I think you have flashes of a really great Rock. Bill Collector, second round versus Bill Collector. Like he has these rounds, and then some of the other rounds are more, you can tell like the fatigue.
So I think I'm going to go West 2-1 for a lot of the same reasons that you said. The layoff, he's wanted that battle. This is a statement battle for him. It's not a legacy battle for Rock. I feel like Rock at this point, like I'm going to make this analogy, and I know he wants to win Cody, and I feel like right now he's stacking up the resume part of it. He's likely, unless somebody is able to get, Nitty gets Mook, Lux, Verb, right? Like unless we start to see that type of resume, it's going to be hard to overcome what Rock has done resume wise. But I feel like it's not this. So the analogy I was going to make was Russell Westbrook, right? Russell in his MVP year, he got to me, unfair, by the way. He got the unfair tag of he was stat padding, right? Like all these triple doubles, you're not really trying to help the team win. You're simply trying to pad your stats because you're trying to win this award. And because battle rap is a place where even the good things you do are used against you, I can see someone trying to flip that around and say, oh, well, Rock only did this because he won Cody. So that's why he's battling you and the guy Yogi and Bill Collector and
Bankhead and Prep and Serious Jones and Loso.
Right. So I am glad to see him take a little bit of break and get rid of those battles. But I still don't think it's going to be enough. I think you only have so many raps within a certain time frame. Like you've been through those stretches where you've been 4 and 5 weeks, 5 and 8 weeks, and you're getting to the latter part of that, and you're like, man, I'm tired of writing. I'm tired of thinking about material and having to go trying to find something creative to say. And I just feel like Rock I think the break is going to help, but I feel like he's that well is running dry for now. And after this, hopefully he takes a nice little break and recharges the batteries. So for all those reasons you said, plus that, I got Jerry West 2-1.
I like it.
All right, let's jump into this next one. Let's go T Top versus Danny Myers.
Oh man, I'll let you go first this time. Go ahead.
Listen, I feel like Danny has Danny been outside a lot? I feel like if he has, I haven't
It
seen
hasn't.
it.
You haven't seen it yet.
Oh, so
He
he's
battled.
outside.
He battled under Roz on the Riot with me last weekend, and then the weekend before he battled Friday night in Iowa and Saturday night in Miami.
Okay, then never mind. I was going to give him a break for chilling out. Never mind.
Yeah,
Scratch that.
yeah.
All right. Shout out to Mama Ward in the building. I forgot. Let me get some of her comments here. She got Rock 2-1. I mean, this is true. I
I'm not
think
mad at. Listen, I'm not mad at picking Rock on Nome ever. You know what I mean? Like,
this is true. This is true. I think big stage, I might feel a little bit more comfortable taking Rock, but if
yeah,
it's
me
small
too.
room, I'm going to take Jerry West. All right. So I'm going to go T Top. T Top sneakily. Like
Not
when you want to
sneaky.
talk about
Not
when you
sneaky.
want to
Yeah,
talk about people when you look at the end of the year, we talk about Cody and guys who are going to be in contention, man. I get it. He's gonna have that hiccup in New Orleans where he choked. I don't know if it was one round or all 3 rounds. He choked. He comes back the next week, I think against Twerk, or maybe a couple of weeks down the line, has a Goody versus Twerk. He wins that battle. He has a Goody versus Chef Trez. That was debatable. I heard he had a good battle over in London
it's
against
Gemini. Yeah,
Gemini. Like he is building a resume where again, when we look at Rock. Rock has the names and the resume. When we start talking about the quality, Top is starting to rebuttal more, and they're not just like, okay, yeah, he rebutted for the sake of rebuttaling. Like they're good rebuttals. They're landing. They're hitting. I got Top 2-1 over Danny Myers. I think he's riding a good wave of momentum right here with his performances back to back. Again, you can never count out Danny. Danny's always going to be good. I just think that in a small room, the charisma of T Top, he's going to tell some jokes. He's going to have some angle that he's going to make you laugh with, and he's going to have maybe the better rebuttals at this point over Danny. Although you can never count him out. So I got Top 2-1.
yeah. This is a bigger battle for Top, in my opinion, than it is Danny, and that's weird to say because Top's already T Top established or whatever, and we always feel like Danny's trying to prove himself or whatever. But as far as like Cody is considered, and as far as like kind of like putting a big imprint on this year, like yo, T Top is back. I'm not saying T Top ever really left, but it's like, oh, we're getting some prime T Top all of a sudden in 2024. This is very fire, you know. And so I definitely think this is a great opportunity for him to get crazy. Danny's going to do what Danny does. He's going to punch. He's going to punch. He's going to punch. He's going to rebuttal. He's going to rebuttal. He's going to rebuttal. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough or not. I haven't heard any material. Normally spar with Danny. But yeah, I'm edging T Top as well. 2-1 in the battle.
I do not know if Danny choked in his last battle.
So apparently, I didn't really hear it, but I know he apologized in his second round for messing up in his first round. I heard him rapping in his first round. I don't know if he choked or if he just or what happened, but I do know I was there for his second round and he apologized for the first round, so something happened. But yeah, there might be memorization issues and things going on right now with Danny too. So
I'm never too concerned about Danny and choking. It has happened to him, but I don't want to say consummate professional, but I mean he's one of he cares about the culture. He cares about putting on a good performance.
Yep.
It's known. And so that's the last of my concerns when it comes to this battle. All right. Next up, Wody versus Wody, Jazz the Rapper, Coffee Brown. I'll start off and I'll let you lead in. Man, I feel like Coffee has had some really good performances here as of late. But this is the first time Jazz has battled this year since the Big K battle, I believe, at the end of the year on Chrome 23.
Nah, I think she's battled since then. Maybe not.
I don't. That was the end of that was near the end of the year. I don't know if she's battled unless she battled Bizzo.
Bizzo Bond?
Bizzo.
Okay.
Appreciate you. All right. My brain's still, it's not bad. I'm gonna go with Jazz on this one. Coffee's been a little bit more active. This is a battle that both of them have wanted for a minute. In this Wody versus Wody matchup, I'm going to edge Jazz the Rapper 2-1. Although I might pull out the debatable card on this one because I don't have a good feel either way.
Yeah, I think I got a good feel. And I think Jazz is going to take it 2-1 clear. There's just some things that Jazz does to me. What's going on? What's going on, Matt? There's just some things that Jazz does for me that are just better with cadence, delivery, different things like that. And then I think they both write on the same level. If not, Jazz writes a little bit better. You know what I mean? So when you have those intangibles like the cadence and delivery and different things like that, now there might be some bags that Coffee can get into that, like, that small battle rap, type event. There might be some bags she can get into where she's talking to Jazz a little bit. You know what I mean? And if she gets into some angle bags and some kind of like, just like, let's have some discussions type stuff, I can see Coffee stealing some rounds and stealing some, momentum and different things like that. And I don't want to say stealing the disrespect Coffee, because she's a former, Wody as well. I just feel like maybe if she can get into some like talking to Jazz, because I don't think a lot of women ever really talk to her like that. Not that she battles
Not
like
since like official.
yeah, and that's a long time ago,
Yeah.
So I can see if Coffee gets into some of that. But if we just go on punchlines, boom, 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 back and forth, I'm taking Jazz, and I think that's probably what it'll be more of. So I'm taking Jazz 2-1 clear.
All right. Y'all let us know what y'all think as we go along with this one. All right, got 2 more to go. This is the battle that I am most looking forward to, even more so than Lux and Nitty. Geechee Gotti versus Fonz. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I got Fonz. 2-1. Mama taking coffee is crazy, but it's okay, Mama. You can have coffee. It's good. Mama got coffee. I got Fonz 2-1. I talked to both of them in the last 2 weeks. I battled in the last 2 weeks. I battled in Cali. I was with Geechee. The week before, I was with Fonz. And both of them, I asked them, "You ready?" You're obligatory. Hey, you locked in? You good? You feeling good? And they're both locked. They're both, very much, very confident and stuff like that. Man, it's weird. I wonder if it's just like the run and the thing to prove type thing it is, the chip on the shoulder type thing. Why I'm taking Fonz, because I think a completely locked in Geechee and a completely locked in Fonz, I think a Geechee wins. You know what I mean? Like I think that. So I'm gonna go just and say like I'm taking Fonz. This would be my debatable card, whatever that would use. I'm taking Fonz. So I'm edging Fonz, just off of the strength of like that the type of event, venue, and the punches and different things like that. I think Fonz might edge it.
All right. So when we were in Orlando at the M3S3 tournament, and I get to be on the fly on the wall when you have these conversations with battle rappers, and so is at that point, right? He tells you, "Yo, I got Geechee," so on and so forth, and he says, "I'm excited."
Yeah.
Right. Like he says he's excited for that battle, and I'll leave the conversation at that. And when I feel like when you look at, especially at guys who are on the come up, right? So I think about Twerk when he battles JC, and he goes, "Yo, this is a battle that I've wanted for a long time. This is a guy that I looked up to, so on and so forth." Obviously, this is, again, we talk about legacy moments, fork in the road moments. This is one of those moments for Fonz where if he gets a win, a consensus win, doesn't have to be a clear, just consensus win over him. This is another guy when you're talking about going through the year. The one round against Clips, he smokes Clips. He has I think the consensus has him beating Chef Trez. He gets his win over Geechee. By the way, the Trez battle is seen as an early battle for early contender for Battle of the Year.
Fonz and Chef Trez, what was that on?
Oh man, it might have been an app on the event that happened like really early this year.
Okay, all right. I remember he beat Don Marino too, so I mean he's got that.
Yeah. So I think, with Fonz having all of that in his favor, I still got Geechee Gotti winning this battle. I think that.
All right, Lee Corso.
Not so fast, my friend. I think that Geechee knows when he can give you like a B+ performance versus when he needs to actually be ready to battle. He knows that if he comes in there playing around with Fonz, he's going to get smoked because I do think Fonz is improving as a puncher. I think he's getting better as a puncher. Yeah. And at certain points, he can throw in he can go a little angle every now and again. So I think that Geechee's going to come in. He's going to come in ready for war. I got Geechee 2-1. Actually, this I'm going to have as my battle of the night because, like I said, I think we're going to have a locked-in Geechee and a locked-in Fonz, and it's going to be a goodie. All right, main event time. the one we have been waiting for a minute. Beloved Loaded Lux is outside. He's taking on Rum Nitty, man. Main event, Nome 14. I'll let you be the closer on this one. You get the bottom of the third on this one. Listen, everybody who knows me knows that Rum Nitty is my favorite battle rapper outside of the Horsemen. Everybody knows this. We also are getting a Rum Nitty who has not battled. He's battled once this year, which is not par for the course for him. He's normally outside. He's battling URL, smaller leagues, so on and so forth. I cannot. This is like betting against Tom Brady.
Who's Tom Brady?
Lux is Tom Brady.
Oh, I don't know about that. All right, well, I'll let you go again. Keep going.
Lux is Tom Brady. I don't know if I can bet against Loaded Lux in a small room. If you said this was on a big stage, I would have Nitty clear. Maybe I am being a little bit too beholden to the old school. Guilty as charged. Like I'll be guilty of that. Maybe I'm giving him a little bit too much credit. I know every time that a Mook and a Lux come outside, there's always this discussion of, man, these old school guys, they've made some updates, but they're not all the way with this new era. I do hope. I keep going back to the performance he had with Hollow, where he was entertaining, he was witty, and the ball, there wasn't one of those rewind, there's more to find moments. You were catching these bars in the moment. I hope that Lux shows up, because if that Lux shows up, I got Lux 2-1 clear over what should be a great Nitty. So I'm going to go Lux 2-1 edge, and we'll see what happens and see if I'm going to be wrong in a couple of weeks.
But that's a great segue, because I too go back to a battle with Hollow, a Nitty battle with Hollow, where he didn't look like the regular Nitty in front of one of these god tier guys. You know what I mean? And that was kind of troubling for me when I was thinking about who am I predicting to win this battle. You know, I've done a few interviews, and I just did a conversation with Daylight and Sharon last weekend where we kind of talked about this battle as well. And I've gone back and forth. I've literally day to day been like, I think it's this one, I think it's this one, I think it's this one. But ultimately, what I hope, and I think we both hope, that this is battle of the night. Like in the big scheme of things, the world wants this to be battle of the night. Like, we need this for battle rap. We need the main event right now, one of the top 5 best of the last decade in Rum Nitty against one of the top 5 best of all time, you know, in Loaded Lux. We need this for battle rap. With that being said, what Lux did against Surf, what Lux did against Geechee, it just content-wise and material-wise, it wasn't completely there for me. And I've said it before, like, if he would have came in and just rapped his Funk Flex verse, you know, like, I would have been like, yo, that's incredible. I don't care if it's direct, you know what I mean? Like
so let me ask you this question though. Does Lux need out of everybody on this card, is he the one who needs a great performance the most?
Yes, I think so. Yes. I mean, he's still going to crawl back in. I mean, I'll crawl back. He's still going to go back into like being Loaded Lux. He's always going to be Loaded Lux. But dog, like, what 3 rounds have you put together for us in a long time? Even his rematch with Mook dropped the ball. You know, the Verb battle, people got it as debatable. There was some good stuff. The 2-on-2 showed some good flashes, right?
Yes.
The 2-on-2 showed some real good flashes. Not mad at that at all. But like Surf, we know Surf choked, and Lux was just cool, whatever. Then you go into the Geechee battle, and you know, it's just like, man, come on, Lux. Like, you know, like after so many, you know, mediocre to kind of above average performances, you're like, when are we gonna get why we call you the GOAT? You know what I mean? So with that said, I think it's going to be a lot of battle rappers, a lot of the younger, new age battle rappers, and I think it's going to be a lot of the invite-only people are going to be guys that like what Rum Nitty does. And I think that the venue and everything, now don't get it twisted, because me and you are both Nitty fans. And I guarantee you, if we're in that venue and Loaded Lux is saying some stuff, we're going just as crazy. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's going to be like a biased, like home field advantage type thing, because if he's saying it, you know. But I'm taking Nitty. I'm taking Nitty in the battle, 2-1. Let me ask you this. If there's a battle on the card where there's a 30, what battle is it?
Ooh. If there's a battle on the card that's a 30. Let me look at this real quick. I'm going to go either Hustle and Swamp with Hustle getting the 30 or T-Top and Danny with T-Top getting the 30.
Okay. I'm going Jazz and Coffee with Jazz getting a 30 or T-Top and Danny with T-Top getting 30.
Yeah. I just like when Danny's on, he's electric, but if he's hit and miss, it's really hit and miss. And and in a small room, if you lose that crowd, man, like I feel like booing is never an option. Silence is the best weapon of choice.
Yes. Yeah. Booing is energy. I can feed off the energy of the boos. The minute you're just quiet and just looking at me like it doesn't move me, that's when it's just frustrating performance.
Yeah. So if it turns into a quiet room for Danny, that could get really nasty, especially again if T-Top is being charismatic and cracking jokes and making people laugh. So
yeah.
All right, man. So y'all let us know what y'all think, man. Who y'all got in these battles? Does Loaded Lux need to have a great performance more than anybody else in the card? Answer the question that Ward had. If any battle ends up being a 30, who you got? Hit us up at Brains and Bars, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. All right, let's talk a little bit of sports. We got like maybe 15 minutes.
No doubt.